Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Conflict of Nation with me, P-Stab. So, a good amount of time has gone by. We are now on day 5. If you look up here in the top left corner, and things are going pretty well, as expected. The 2v2 fight over here did not go as well, but our counterpart, the Republic of Congo, does not seem like they went after it. So, we're going to take our reserve units. We'll get a 2-stack and try to capture that area one more time. We made a good push into Ghana. Very nice to see, and looks like we may be able to push all the way for more of the cities. Guinea's not doing anything, so that's a bonus on our end. And let's see what else is going on. Do we have anyone else who's trying to join the coalition? So far, no. It's just me and good old Republic of Congo. It has me as inactive because this is my first time signing on since last night. Been about almost 17, 18 hours. I wasn't able to hop on this morning, but it's okay. I was a little worried coming back after being away for so many hours and especially so many in-game days that it would I'd be coming back to no more existing countries. But it's good to see that I can keep pushing. We can keep this gameplay going and continue with episode 2. That's an interesting little gap right there that Congo is left out. But I also see that he went for the rest of the Central African Republic. That splits, I believe, was it Chad and DR Congo? Yes. And oh my goodness, DR Congo is growing very rapidly. That is a very impressive amount of distance covered. And let's actually zoom out. Let's see what's happening with the rest of the world, because that was not how it was when we first were on yesterday. So let's take a look at the world view at the political or the population morale. And oh yeah, a lot more conflicts going on than it was yesterday. Europe is falling apart like normal. The Middle East region is getting pretty hectic. I mean, Saudi Arabia and who's this? Is this Egypt? Yep, Egypt is going at it. South Sudan is doing what they do best and just trying to hide out. Algeria is pushing pretty well. I'm surprised not too much is going on with Russia. Russia tends to be a pretty aggressive country in every game that I've played in, and so far nothing's happening. They seem very quiet. Mongolia is going after it with China. Okay. Anything going on over in the Americas? A little more activity. Argentina, Chile again, Bolivia, Brazil, Colombia, and Ecuador. Central America is still kind of quiet. They do have some pop-ups. The United States trying to take some of that land, but Mexico is still holding it. So I guess the U.S. just sent its troops to go over there and drop it down, and then that was it. And oh, Mexico. I see what happened here. Okay, so Mexico. It looks like Canada teamed up on the United States and really started wreaking some havoc there. That's interesting to see, and those are actually some very weird drop zones. So Mexico, Los Angeles, and Portland. Some were... No. Okay. Yeah. Went up from Los Angeles and just spread all the way up and around before they got ran into by Canada. Interesting. Well, it looks like Mexico is going to be out of the fight anyways because all of their cities except for their main city, and it looks like LA, Mexico City, and Portland have been pushed down on by the United States. Oh, maybe Canadians. Okay, I stand corrected. Mexico might have a chance. It'll take a while to get the troops back, but they may be able to counterattack, reclaim their original cities, and still be a fighting force. But with that being said, let's focus back on our area and see what we're gonna do next. So you saw me move some of my personnel over to this region to push into Ghana a little bit more. Push into Ghana just a little bit more. And let's get this off. There we go. We're going to see what happens. Now that we're on day 5, I am going to research my basic infantry. We have a pretty healthy amount of supplies here. We may need to look into getting some more fuel and some electronics, as well as some rare materials. But for now, I feel comfortable building up some more of my armies. Let's see if I can annex a city. So now I can either annex a city and help add to the total number of units I can control, I can produce, or I can start producing more men. And honestly, with how quiet everyone else around me seems, I may decide to, let's see. They're completely empty, so they're just their basic units. Honestly, I could just push into there. So we're just gonna push on over. We're gonna take the capital here of Ghana, kind of settle down, get some extra points, and I think, yeah, we're gonna build some mechanized infantry. First couple cities, we're gonna see what it costs us to build those. Do we still have enough to annex? We do. So we're gonna annex one city. We build these 6, and maybe no, we can't annex 2, but that's fine. I don't want to have another coastal city just yet. I kind of would rather have a Kandia, where I can make another station, another units over there, and I can help push up into northern Africa. Not too worried about having the coastal ones. We do have 2 cities that we can produce ships on if we need to. But I would rather tackle most of Africa on land if need be, with maybe 1 or 2 cruisers just to attack some coastal cities, depending on how that goes. We're also going to move this unit over here just to have 3 go into here. I'm not really sure how strong this region is still left, but that's fine. What else can we do? So we have all that stuff. What can we produce more of? We do need more rare materials, fuel, and chips. Electronic chips. Our lowest is our rare materials. So I'm going to say we're going to add that into our queue to go level 2 on our industry. And as well as possibly, we'll queue up the electronics as well. Just because if I do decide to make some ships or do some more aircrafts, those are going to be necessary in the future. So far, things are looking good. Let's see if there's any messages that my friend has sent me. Nope, just quiet chat. See how he's doing. Nice little friendly question just to get the conversation going, and we'll come back a little bit later once some of our troops have moved. We're also going to take this unit and push over to here. That works. We got some units pushing over there. These cities are fully occupied, and yeah, patrol right over into here, and we should be good. All right. We'll be back a little bit later with the see how the progress goes, and hopefully we have some good improvements. Yeah. Okay, and we are back, and it looks like we made some decent progress. We have all 3 of our National Guard units over here, so we are going to move them over to hopefully capture this region and start securing that rare supplies that we need, or the rare minerals. The rare, materials. I don't know why I said minerals. Looks like Ghana is somewhat active now. I don't know, maybe, oh no, these are just the units that were from the beginning. So as expected, so this one has their armored unit. It's a 1-in-1, so I should be able to take that down pretty easily. I left my 1 unit here, which I'm going to now send up to capture the rest of these regions, just to make it cleaned up nice and pretty and help the rest of the regions nearby, complete being taken over. There's only 1 unit left with very little health, so this region should be ours in plenty of time before our National Guard gets there. And then we have just this 1 section left. Now, before we walked away, I did start the research for the basic infantry or the motorized infantry. We don't have enough to upgrade them, which is fine because we are pretty low on our supplies and our gas. So we're going to go over and see about upgrading what areas we have in that region. So we can queue an arms industry. So that way, when we have enough resources in about a day, or this one says 20 hours, we're going to move that one up. In about 12 hours, we can start getting some more resources there, as well as in Madiguri. I cannot pronounce these names for the life of me. I'm sorry. But those should be up and running soon. It will help boost our supply count. And we will then focus on getting, ideally, we want to get each one of these materials up to at least 100 an hour, 150 plus for our supplies and our components, and then we could probably do maybe 80-90 for our rare materials and our chips. Ideally, 100 across the board at least would be perfect for our situation in order to really build up a good force and be able to push them wherever we need to. I don't believe our friend here had gotten back to us yet. No, but they are active. They're moving around. They're building troops, so I can't complain. We do now share our border, which is very nice. So we don't have to worry about anything happening from these sides. We can kind of pull troops away from these regions. I may move this National Guard up to here in case we do capture this city, just so we have some backup pressure on Chad here, who also doesn't look like they're playing. So we may even push into Chad just to really, push our boundaries and see if we can connect this region right here. Maybe go all the way to these two cities, kind of block it out like a big square. And South Sudan. South Sudan looks like they're an active player. They have an army base at least each of their cities. So that is something to keep in mind. But they are split between the river. So half their forces are probably over here, as we can see by these regions where they're fighting at. And then they have to come down to these choke points, which, if we play strategically, me and my teammate, if we rush all the way over and kind of grab a lot of these strategic cities at these choke point areas on the river, we will be looking very nice, at least for securing our eastern front to a point. We obviously can utilize this DR Congo River and kind of make a natural barrier to here, and that's a very easy area to fortify with just the high vegetation and then the thick wilderness over here as well. So definitely something we can work out and just kind of help secure our area. I don't know if we want to pick a fight with the Congo yet. I would rather Congo join us, but it looks like they've already teamed up with probably South Africa, if I had to guess. No, not South Africa. We'll see who Congo is aligned with real quick, just so we know who we need to be careful of in the region if we decide to push. So they had the wolf's head, the red ones. This one. Let's see. DR Congo, Zambia, and Tunisia. Okay, so that's a group we need to be careful of. That's boom, boom, boom. These three. That's a pretty good force. Ideally, I wish that Chad or maybe Niger or even Libya would come into play. Just someone that we can add as a boost to our third. Mali is still not playing, and we already know that wait, South Republic, wasn't it Argentina before? Jeez. We know Shaw Republic's playing, but they're teamed up with Morocco, so that's a little discouraging that we have these two very strong forces kind of closing in on us. South Sudan is doing pretty well with Egypt. Egypt seems like someone that we can try to pull in, but it looks like they're with India and Pakistan. That's a bit of a push out there. That is a pretty big gap, so maybe we can communicate with Egypt, see if they're willing to step aside from that group since they are all the way over here. Unless there is a second coalition, let's check. Second coalition that maybe they're a part of and just using the same flag, but no, it's not that one. What was their flag again? It was the yes, the eagle, the red eagle. Okay. So Arab League right here, Egypt, Iraq, and okay. Well, then that changes it back. We do have two of them using the same flag. So this is the other one, the Kings, who are Pakistan, Iran, and India. Okay. Well, we are kind of in a bad spot here. We don't have a third member locally that is able to join us. Unless maybe South Africa comes along and decides they want to team up and we can try to swallow maybe Congo in the middle. But it's not looking good because then we do have a pretty significant gap that we have to figure out how we're going to bridge if South Africa decides to join us. But we'll see how they're building. So they're building plenty of troops. They're moving pretty well. It seems like they were trying to rush to get to these regions to maybe beat out Congo to kind of secure this region. It's a very interesting split here, how they have it. But they seem like the most qualified person to maybe try to have join us because Niger has nobody, Mali isn't playing, Guinea isn't playing. Chad's also not there. South Sudan is almost taken over by Egypt, but they're already belonging to somebody else. So yeah, I think for our immediate survival as a coalition that, we are going to be facing two sides here. We can at least get South Africa. Maybe we could work out some type of a deal with the Czech Republic and Morocco to kind of hold off on that side as we push down on Congo, and then we can come back and address them later. What is their coalition name? Let's look into that. So their coalition name is the Stark family. I did like that name. Now, part of me says I could easily leave my own coalition and join theirs. They only have 2 people in their coalition, and it would be easy to join in, swallow up this area, but then I would really leave Cameroon in a bad spot. And I like Cameroon. They are, or not Cameroon, sorry, the Republic of Congo. Forgot they took Cameroon. That leave them in a bad spot. And I mean, they jumped in. They are playing, so they're relatively active, but they're not. Well, they just grabbed that city, but they're, it's a little worrisome to see how little they're growing so far compared to somewhere like DR Congo, where they are spreading very quickly, growing fast. Angola still has a capital here. Interesting. I don't know. We might have to make a decision where if we find ourselves in a bad spot, it's kind of one of those, do we try to hold out? Maybe see if South Africa joins and we can put some type of pressure down here on DR Congo? Or we may have to split from our coalition and try seeing if Algeria and Czech Republic are willing to add us in as a third. We will see. That will probably be an adventure for another episode. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think, if that's something we should try doing, or if we should try to stick it out and reach out to South Africa, see what their interest is, and try to add them into our group and kind of have a 3/4-way war going on here in Africa. But thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the series and that this microphone sounds better than the first episode. If you like what you see, please feel free to hit the like button, subscribe if you want to know more, know when the next episodes are coming out, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you very much.